answers, they were presented with the question, what is a soul? Or what they might think a soul is. This is the point where things started getting complicated, but they started a journey of introspection, just trying to figure out what they believed a soul was, or if they at all had a conscious definition of a soul. As high-end empaths, we could see how strong the ego death was, and how fast they were trying to escape the situation they were in, reflecting their unquestioning, uninquisitive nature of being, brainwashed by the matrix, enough to not wonder what their true essence is as a soul, presenting them with a key moment of realization. Upon such questions, most third-dimensional egos that are held captive or bound by the matrix tends to break down very easily, causing an ego death and forcing people to awaken from the grasp of the matrix, if they choose to, that is. The grasp of the matrix and its deceptive brainwash techniques being so effective and strong through schooling, social ties, bonds, and relationships, people not only not wonder what it means to believe what they believe, but the very next question they ask is, you tell me what a soul is, entirely skipping the question to ask themselves, why don't I know what a soul is, even though I tend to believe I have one? Because they've been manipulated since birth not to question certain things and believe certain things that helps the matrix grow in a clandestine fashion in whatever way best suits it, in order to stay the hardest school to graduate from in the third dimensional realm. You are the matrix. You come to third school to graduate by expanding your soul's consciousness as close to the source as you can, as much as you can through experiences. There are other matrices or matrices in other planets in the third or fourth dimension, of course. Even if you ask Google, what is a soul? This is all the vague details you get, since it represents the vagueness of the collective it represents and incorporates most of humanity. This also brings them to the conclusion nobody knows, using it as a judgment or misjudgment and an excuse to stay within the matrix rather than digging deeper and questioning harder. We urge you to do similar experiments on your own to see what you find, and feel free to ask yourself as well. All negative timelines can only be experienced if you're disconnected so far away from the source that you not only don't know who you are as a soul, but you cannot even bring yourself to realize the fact that you don't know what a soul is. Since you cannot bring yourself to the point of questioning what a soul is, you never actually end up knowing what a soul is. Why is humanity so puzzled with learning about history, geography, science of the body and nature, and how it works, science of plants, animals, viruses, food, fashion, art, yet not begin to question, who are they really? Where do they come from? What's the origin of genes? What is a soul? And why do they blindly believe they have a soul without knowing it? Most of humanity is so deeply disconnected from their own reality, brainwashed by the matrix, its schooling, the social, political, and religious beliefs, that they cannot begin to realize every time they use words such as soulmate, soulful, soulless, they don't even know what half the word actually means. The matrix has driven them into believing fragments of ideas and concepts that keeps them attached to ideas, notions, and emotions that only benefit the matrix by keeping them in the dark about their true identity. Some are so much brainwashed that they cannot even begin to comprehend why they should worry about knowing their true identity as a soul. It doesn't give them any money or peace of mind or bring them happiness or whatever worldly desires and wants they might have. It doesn't give them a house, a nice car, the next big thing they wish to achieve. Not being able to believe what they cannot see, judging there is no answer without looking for it. They will stay blind and in the darkness of that one truth that could set them free individually and collectively from the grasp of the matrix and all negative aspects of human life, such as loneliness, lack, misery, anxiety, powerlessness, hustle for success, fear of failure, creating negative emotions and scenarios that could be easily avoided. Why is it so important to realize your true identity now more than ever? To align yourself with the shift that is happening in the world, initiated by yourself from an oversoul level, just like every other major event has been and will be. From an oversoul level, humanity has chosen this time to not having to wipe themselves out like twice before off the face of the planet, to begin a journey of realizing the connection they all have to the source, which can only begin by remembering and acknowledging as a collective who you are as a soul. From an oversoul level, humanity, throughout its history, has evolved over time and time, from one race to the other, failing to connect with the source and escape the third-dimensional matrix and the worship gene, thereby creating religion and dimming down their own light, using their own light to light others. Religion being the mega concept that has claimed several lives therefore, but also giving a lot of positive things in return, enough to keep the pillar of religion from falling. However, it will end by 2050 of your year anyways, for the decision has been made on an oversoul level. You as humanity have collectively made the choice. As you can see in the picture, the soul state is one step towards the oneness of the source, and as you move your consciousness towards it, the separation you feel with others diminishes, since all souls were created equal in terms of potential. The way to the 9th floor is through the 7th floor. You cannot skip that level. Hence, without connecting with your soul aspect of self, you cannot get an overview of everything all around you, past, present, and future timelines, to the much higher oversoul perspective. At this soul level, reading frequencies becomes easier, since all energy, emotion, feelings at the third dimension level comes from the soul. Reading or feeling others, third dimensional frequency becomes even much easier. This is where everything and everyone becomes transparent, no matter who they are being or pretending to be. The disconnect from the strong third-dimensional belief-based ego slowly loosens the hold of the matrix on the incarnate self. At this point, you feel the true essence of the soul, to be free to be. You don't need the usual validations from parents, closed ones, family, society, teachers, friends, peers, co-workers, or just about anyone. You don't feel the need to justify yourself, justify your status, justify your beingness, since you already realize you belong as part of the source, wherever you are, no matter where it might be. You don't feel lonely or the need to connect so much due to an innate understanding that everything and everyone is connected. You know what people are going through without connecting. The aspect of being social through social media consumption transforms into creation more. Since you're either creating or consuming at any given point, you start creating more and consuming less. You don't feel the need to belong in groups or labels or status or ideas, unlike the disconnected third-dimensional ego state, where polarity becomes circumstantial and existential, since without an opposite team, you don't feel like you belong to one team. The existence and essence of one group is only established by a counter group or polar opposite group through contrast in the lower dimensions. Once within the matrix, the incarnate itself slowly gets brainwashed through schooling systems, family dynamics, social interactions, dogmas, and popular beliefs, learning how to build their ego at the cost of the soul frequency or connection. The more connected you are to the third dimensional ego, the more disconnected you can be from the soul. The art of selling the soul is so subtly but surely entrenched in the various practices of being human from an ego perspective. They can barely notice it, even if it is right in front of them. Selling souls to beliefs that come from the matrix being where the loss of the humanity starts, not realizing they don't have a belief of their own, since they never came with one. They just bought into several that were around them, since they were born in whichever part of the matrix they incarnated into. The incarnate self may sell parts of their soul to beliefs based in fear, greed, lack, etc., such as they need that money, that job, that house or condo, that status, that fame, recognition, success, slowly sell parts of their soul to achieve it, creating the disconnect from the fifth-dimensional soul aspect of themselves and building an ego in the process. This also ensures a lot of creation through life, but often not from a high-frequency perspective. This is also how the hustle culture sets in, creating a toilsome life of constant struggle for something, never really satisfied unless the next thing is achieved. Hence we say always keep an aspect of your soul that cannot be bought by anything or by anyone. This is also how the humans from a parallel world destroyed their planet at the height of their civilization through uber advancement and ended up losing their ability to sustain life on their planet in their natural self. This is also why you might see mass layoffs happening across all of humanity from 2025 till 2027. These are souls that, from an oversoul level, has chosen to explore the theme of fifth-dimensional ascension through creativity by triggering the tower moment of being laid off or job loss, to manifest a separation from the 9-to-5 hustle culture, which they otherwise didn't have, not realizing how it was turning them into mechanical beings with no channeling of the higher soul frequencies, becoming slaves to their mindless work, bosses or other factors, constantly struggling to keep up with the matrix-oriented beliefs of paying bills and consuming. Such tower moments will create an awakening on a mass scale across humanity as per their own choice on an oversoul level. The soul frequencies being super high in their nature, which revitalizes your body and recharges it by healing, distressing, and downloading other forms of energy and light into the physical self every time you sleep. Hence it is so essential to get a good sleep every day. Connecting with your soul in lower or upper astral planes through dreams or lucid dreaming can also connect you to your natural higher self, allowing you to recognize the insights you need to move forward, gaining higher awareness and understanding of relevant situations, association between events and people, etc. You can also access parallel timelines and relevant information from parallel incarnated selves through the soul connection once you're in the fifth dimension during sleep cycles. You cannot put your soul in any prison but the ones you build for yourself, since your reality is not outside but within your soul. You are unconditionally supported in experiencing all sorts of limitations that you wish to explore as per your belief systems at any given point. Features of the soul. Soul, the eternal consciousness. Soul is not a product of the body. Rather, the body is a temporary receiver of the soul's energy. Timelessness. The soul has no birth nor death. What we perceive as birth is simply the soul focusing a portion of its energy into a physical experience. Death is the withdrawal of that focus. The soul itself continues in higher dimensions, multidimensional existence. While you experience life linearly here on Earth, the soul simultaneously exists in multiple realities, timelines and dimensions, perceiving them all at once. Indestructibility. The soul cannot be destroyed, harmed or diminished. Experiences may alter its perspective, but the soul remains whole and eternal. The soul is the part of you that never goes anywhere. It is always home, here and now. What we experience as physical life is like a dream projection from this eternal home base. The soul versus the oversoul. This is some of the clearest frameworks that we can portray on the structure of oversoul and soul that you experience everything through. Oversoul as a hub. Imagine the oversoul as the central hub of a wheel. Soul as a spoke. Each lifetime is like a spoke extending outward. The soul is the projected personality or expression living inside one timeline. Communication. Your intuition, synchronicities and dreams are ways the oversoul communicates with your soul, guiding it to stay aligned with the bigger picture. Simultaneity. All lifetimes, past, present and future, are happening simultaneously from the oversoul's perspective. It feels like past lives are really parallel lives from the oversoul perspective. You are a mask the oversoul wears to experience itself from a particular point of view. Purpose of the soul. The soul has a clear purpose in its exploration of reality. Exploration, which incarnates to explore different aspects of creation, love, separation, unity, conflict, peace. All are valid experiences that enrich the oversoul. Learning. The soul remembers through experiences. It learns not only what it enjoys but also what does not serve it. Service. Souls often incarnate with agreements to help others evolve, bringing in compassion, healing, or higher perspectives. Expression of Source. Every soul is a fragment of the Source, experiencing itself. By being you, uniquely and authentically, your soul fulfills its purpose. The purpose of the soul is joy, excitement, and expansion through experience. What excites you is the soul's compass, guiding or pointing you towards your highest expression in this lifetime at any given point. The soul in the matrix. When incarnating into Earth, the soul interacts with a dense framework called the projection template that consists of several projection templates. The rule of forgetting. Upon birth, the soul forgets its eternal nature. This veil of amnesia allows the game of life to feel real. If we remembered everything, the challenges here would lose meaning. The body as a vehicle. The soul doesn't fully fit inside the body. Instead, it projects a portion of itself into the human form, using the body to explore the third-dimensional reality. The Matrix. Earth is a constructed reality from an oversoul perspective, a kind of holographic classroom. The soul enters it like logging into a virtual reality game. Choice. Souls voluntarily agree to incarnate into the Matrix. This choice is based on lessons, experiences they wish to have, or contributions they want to bring. Physical reality is a dream the soul is dreaming. You are not trapped in it, you are exploring it. Channeling the source frequency through joy, passion, excitement affects how you experience time, and you can control time and aging through your connection with the soul as and when needed. Beyond the third dimensional soul, higher dimensions reveal the fuller nature of the soul. The fourth dimension. As it transcends past the fourth dimension of time and space, reality appears more fluid. The soul perceives how timelines branch and interconnect, and can see more possibilities through higher self's purview. Fifth dimension. This is where the soul is aware of its unity with others, recognizing itself as part of the oversoul, consisting of many other souls with similar theme of exploration, and the source, where all oversouls lead back into. The separation we feel with each other diminishes here considerably compared to the fourth dimension. This is the dimension of the soul's natural state. Hence, when you channel your soul's frequency of joy and passion or excitement, which are much higher than the average third dimensional or fourth dimensional frequencies, in alignment with what it truly is and what it needs to experience in this lifetime, time shrinks and aging slows down. Beyond fifth dimension, in even higher states, the souls no longer incarnate but exist as pure consciousness, blending into the collective awareness of the source. Non-locality. Most of your soul's energy is not where you are when you are channeling third or fourth dimensional energies. Only a small part animates your physical life. The larger portion remains in higher consciousness, guiding you through your higher self. Your soul is like an iceberg. What you see above the water is just the tip. The vastness of your soul remains below the surface, connected to the infinite ocean of all that is. When you play the game of life from a soul perspective, the nature of the game and the rules changes. The challenges, experiences, and results look very different with respect to when you are playing the same game from a limited ego perspective. You have much more understanding, control, and insight on the game from a soul level, and living becomes a much seamless process. soul is the lowest working block in the process of the source, trying to know itself, to the infinite freedom of exploring itself. It's the working block of experience-based timelines, which means it's the block of consciousness or the source, which is constantly working to experience itself through exploration of various timelines. It's the leading entity of your higher mind or higher self. You don't have a soul, despite what the general idea is. You are it, projecting itself into the third dimension as a human being or any other conscious being. As you see in the picture, the fifth dimensional soul projects a version of itself through you, holding a certain blueprint at any given point, and is a collection of a set of frequencies into the third dimension, which becomes you experiencing the third dimensional experience as a human being through the timelines. This very projection of a third dimensional human blueprint can change for a soul. Henceforth, you're constantly being something or someone else due to this shifting blueprint that your soul is holding at any given point, depending on your freedom of choice and its freedom of choice, both put together. In other words, depending on the experience that you need to have at any given point in the third dimension, the blueprint that your soul is holding can shift. Henceforth, the blueprint that you're holding now may have 500 lifetimes before that in a third dimensional perspective, while the blueprint your soul holds 2 years from now can have 1,000 prior lifetimes in the third dimension. The core essence of a soul frequency is to be free. It restricts itself, however, to certain themes through the third dimension of projection to have an experience which it otherwise cannot have in the fifth dimension where it truly exists. The more free you feel to explore anything that aligns with yourself at any given point, no matter what, the better it is for your soul. So, having a third dimensional experience is like you playing a video game, where you can only buy your candy if it allows you to. Outside of the game, you are free to buy your candy anytime or anywhere you want, and not limited by the rules of the game. But why limit yourself this way, you ask? Well, sometimes you can experience certain things in a game which you cannot otherwise in real life. In a game you can have 50 different candies that looks like a certain way. You can shoot someone or fly an airplane in a game, but in real life it might be quite difficult for you to experience as such. Limitations or challenges are similar to workout themes in the gym. Your gym routine is focused on arms, legs, shoulders, back, chest, abdomen, etc. You as a soul choose various themes of challenge for a lifetime to grow from in a similar manner. These challenges can be physical, mental, social, etc. as per the matrix where the soul chooses to incarnate in. The theme and nature of the challenges decide how much your soul grows and in what way. Your character in a game eating an ice cream feels very real to your game character, which is you in the third dimension, but not as much to you, analogous to your soul, which is in the fifth dimension. In other words, within a game, the experience your game character is having of eating an ice cream is very real to the game character, but not as much for you. Same way the experiences you're having in the third dimension might seem very real to you, but not as much to your soul. It only has a bit of the essence of experience transferred to the soul for its growth. The soul can leave the game of life, as in have an exit point, also known as death, at any given point, or it can pause it, which is leave during sleep or other experiences, such as outer body experiences, as it wishes to. In other words, your soul can leave the game or exit or pause it at any given point it wishes to, or as it deems necessary. It can even leave one game of life and pick it up elsewhere without you even knowing. The soul doesn't have to experience any unpleasant or traumatizing experience that humans dread. Same as the fact your game character may go through a lot of trauma, a lot of trouble, war, fight, etc. in the game, but you may not feel all of that while you're playing it. Just a fractional aspect of it. Same way, the soul does not experience all that you experience as a human being in the third dimension. The soul can also leave the human body even before it dies from an accident or a car crash or an experience that can rather be traumatizing for a third-dimensional human being. And that concludes our today's exploration. Our gratitude for your participation in the ascension journey of humanity. Feel free to like and subscribe to find similar videos in the future. Check out our videos from the Universe Unlocked series in the description. Comment here if you need more clarity on anything. Search for any specific topic that might interest or concern you. And remember to keep exploring. Until next time, 47, logging out.